Lambda functions on Amazon. Basically, these DNA sort of hats, the way we structure all these functions is you have a DNA which is basically similar to an instruction set that the app follows, and then it's split up into zones, and that's where you sort of put your functions that manipulate data. So that's basically, now we're going to talk more about splitting this up and having a look at what is the components of a hat. That's what we call these apps in Holochain. They're called HAPs, Holochain apps. And basically it consists of a source chain, and a source chain is basically a bunch of database entries that you save on your private individual device. And then you also have a shared DHT, which is very similar to a distributed ledger technology, and it's basically a shared web or intranet where you save the header, so you save the metadata or the hash of the information that you're saving on your own local machine into a shared space. So that basically, that shared DHT or that shared database that everyone's saving is basically policing through these validation rules what's getting saved across each other's devices. So when you go and save an entry into the database, into your local database, it's taking a copy and saving it. We'll get to privacy a bit later, but it's the default way that it saves in Holochain is it saves the database entry in your source chain, which is your local device, and then it also takes a copy and also saves it on a shared device as well. Does that make sense? And sort of
Check. So I'm understanding everything you're saying. It makes sense to me, and it's all. I don't understand any of it.
So some people understand databases and some people don't. So that's expected, basically. Did you want to explain anything on that?
Yeah. So a little bit about the metaphor, because it's like weird to call DNA and some things that aren't like just biological things. So if you think about a cell, the DNA is like the source code or the template from which the cell knows what proteins to build, what processes to do. The DNA is basically the source code of the application, all the rules that the application needs in order for it to function. Right? So this is basically a source code, and each zone, which is short for chromosome, a lot of chromosomes make up a DNA, so zones are just modules inside an Holochain application. Then when you boot up and you actually start at your DNA, your application, or Holochain applications are actually called hApps. You have two spaces, basically, in your application. So your private space is your source chain. So this is yours. You can do whatever you want with it. Even you could like try to make some malicious things, or you do whatever you want with it. And then the DHT is like the public space in which you publish the information you want to publish, and you keep the information you want to keep inside your private space. Right? And then the DHT is where the validation happens. So, for example, let's say that Tom, like a Twitter clone, for example, let's use a Twitter clone as an example. Let's say that Tom makes a tweet, tweet, yeah, and he makes it to his source chain, so private entry,
in my phone,
in your phone, and then that gets shared into all the people that are running the application on their phones, on their devices, anywhere. That gets stored and validated at the same time. So, for example, here the validation rules on their arriving here. The validation rules for a tweet would be: is the tweet has less characters than 280 characters? If it has, everything is cool. Everyone is cool with that because, that's another thing I have to explain. I'll get to that a little bit later. If the tweet is more than 280 characters, validation rules fail, and that's where the gossip system enters.
Another example is if we want to track saving $5 and I transfer $5 to him, then it's going to make sure the validation rules in those functions will check that $5 is being minused on my account and added on there, and that is checking out that everything, conservation of the $5
Right, and another thing you might be guessing or you might be like getting at is that if you're coming from the blockchain space in which there is global state, every node knows everything that's happening. Here, it's not like that. It's agent-centric. So each node maintains its local state, and then the DHT makes sure that there is enough data availability and redundancy so that the data is available for anyone that wants to read it, even if the node that's actually who made the tweet goes offline.
So this would propagate, I would set up a little network where this would propagate from my phone to my laptop and to a computer similar to that, and so that there's redundancy in the persistent information that you're saving as well. Very much like BitTime. Exactly like BitTime.
You want to play those?
I just wanted to go back just one more, and just just a big analogy, just for the people who are not database engineers or people. Basically, DNA. Just think of in the whole scale of things, and this is something that really clicked for me, and something I find that's really useful for people to understand. Is when you see a flight of birds flying in complete formation, how they or a school of fish, or humans just walking along the street, we seem to somehow not bump into each other. We've got all these rules. Basically, also all the cells in our body, each cell is in beautiful formation with each other's cell, and it's because they all follow the same instruction set. So we're doing what our cells do to coordinate and make our humans. We're doing that to the computer systems as well, and they do that because they've all got little sensors and they work out how that because they follow the same instruction set. So that's what the DNA code is meant to represent. And then if you go a bit deeper in, that's the zones, the chromosomes, which is the functions. Does that make sense? I'm just going to go. Does that make sense, that one, or are we going down?
Sorry, would you please, community manager, do not vote that we can see the statistics?
I'm also
So,
hang on a second.
I think you explain that one.
Yeah, okay. So,
It's got a little bit over time though.
Okay. So, what's this gossip system about? Okay, so we talked about how we actually create entries, how the entries get distributed, and so on. What if that tweet was over 2080 characters, like it's the end of the world, right? You can't have actually a tweet that's over 280 characters. And what that triggers is a gossip system. Okay, so imagine Tom is a very bad person and just does a tweet that to 81 characters, right? So, the thing is that I'm gonna be receiving that when that entry is being published to the DST, so the public space, and I'm gonna, as I have the same code that Tom has, because we have to get into this one. In Holochain, each application creates its own network, right? So each DNA, so for example, if we're talking about Twitter, each source code, when you boot it up, connects only to those applications that are running the exact same application, right? So you then create a network per each application. So you can imagine maybe myself, Tom, and Eric are running Twitter, so we are in the same DHT, but maybe I, with Tom, am running a transaction application. Eric is not part of that, so the DHT is only within us two, and that's okay. There's like many levels of DHTs. There's as many DHTs we are a part of as applications you have installed in your Holochain node, right?
One of the things that Holochain are doing is pushing all the computation right to the fringes of the network. So that's one of the big philosophies, massively distributed. And what this is leading into is that basically, just like the cells in our body, as it goes and discovers other cells, the first thing it checks is, does it have the same DNA? And so that's what it's doing. It's going in now. These membrane rules is the first thing it checks is, are we running the same application? Because you obviously want the same application to be talking to the same copy of the application. And so the first membrane rule is just a validation rule to check, is it running the same application so that they can talk to each other and compatible. Anything else?
No. When we are talking about membranes, and this is another concept, the last one actually, membranes refers to who gets to be part of this application, because some applications can be public and anyone can join them, so it's not a problem. But you want privacy in some cases, so you want to be able to create a chat group with only certain people, and not it being public. When an external person wants to join the application, you shouldn't be allowed to. So this is what membranes are about. Membranes are who gets to play that game, again referring to a Holochain application. So this is run at the beginning of a boot up. So you boot up your Holochain application, and the membrane code checks that you are actually a valid actor in this game or not. Right, so just do a quick check-in on that. I'm following everything so far, more or less. Here, I'm quite lost. Okay.
Pretty nice.
Pretty nice.
Yeah.
The last part is about the gossip system, which is what I was almost getting into last time, but I had to explain that the other part. So this is relying on the fact that we all are in the same application, we all are running the exact same code, so we all are running the exact same validation rules. So if we are in the same application, I can guarantee that the validation rules that Tom did to validate its own tweet, it's the exact same rules that I'm running in order to validate his tweet, right? So whenever he goes, yeah, here is a tweet of 281 characters, I can check that and use my own validation rules, which is the same as their set of validation rules, and go, no, wait a minute, that's not valid, Tom. And actually, everyone in the application is running the exact same validation rules. So actually, what I have is proof that Tom tried to cheat, because every entry on Holochain is signed, every single one of them. So, and that's another piece. Holochain is tuned for traceability and transparency and accountability, not so much for anonymity. It's not what it's trying to do. Yeah.
When it doesn't validate, it automatically discards?
Yeah.
Or you have the choice to discard
Right.
or
Right.
begin a new reality?
Begin a new network,
Yeah.
basically.
Right.
Spin off. Yeah.
So, and this is where the gossip
And
system
improve
comes.
the DNA to cater for that. Yeah.
This is when the gossip system comes in. So imagine I have a tweet from Tom, 281 characters. That's not a valid tweet. I have his signature saying a tweet with the 281 characters. I can prove to anyone in the network he's trying to cheat. Sorry.
Because he
Sorry.
downloaded the DNA rules and he agreed to follow them, but now he's not.
Exactly.
But there's a problem. There's a fringe grey case that the developer didn't think about. So that's the opportunity to evolve.
Right.
So,
So depending on the rules you put into your DNA in order to handle that entry not being valid, but in the worst case scenario, that agent basically gets kicked out of the network, in the sense that if I can prove to anyone that Tom is trying to cheat, and everyone is saying, no, I don't want to be talking to Tom anymore, he was trying to cheat, he gets effectively taken out of the network. And we all get to be playing the same game safely without Tom trying to get into bad actor stuff.
Who's deciding on the validation characters? Like, this is one person, and then everyone else who joins it validates and says, okay, this is I'm okay with that, or who?
Right. So remember, this is the DNA we're talking about. When you boot your application, you are agreeing to play by these rules.
Mm-hmm.
The rules exist before the game starts to be played. So yeah, basically, if you want to be playing, so let's say you say, no, 280 is not a good amount of characters, 300 is better. So you can modify that, but that will create its own network.
Okay.
Right? And anyone that joins that network will have the 300 character rule as well.
Okay, so it's always the creator of the network that decides.
Developer. Yeah, the
Developer
developer, and
application.
then whoever wants to put out that application is actually signing into those rules.
And there's a future concept of bridging, which you can bridge networks as well, which is kind of like APIs on steroids. But it's like a real thing, but we just want to not cover it right now. Just like we don't want to cover it prior to make it too complicated.